All right. Well, while Lana goes and gets her charger so her battery does not go dead, she just mentioned Tim Scott, and Tim Scott is one of the people who are in line for Donald Trump's vice president. He recently was on it was Meet the Press.
Sorry.
Did you hear what I said, Lana?
Yeah, you said.
We're going to bring up your friend Tim Scott. I don't know if you saw the clip of him on Meet the Press. He talked about another interview that is just painful to listen to. I'm just telling you, the people on the MAGA side of the world, I can only put up with so much, but this is a lengthier clip, and part of it I don't want to listen to. But Kristen Welker, I will admit, does a decent job of pushing back. That's why I think it is important that we're seeing a little bit more pushback with some of these interviewers, and I don't even still think it's enough. But here is Kristen Welker, with Tim Scott on Meet the Press, when she just basically asked him, "Will you accept the results of the election, no matter who wins?" Sounds like an easy question. This is over a 2-minute clip to answer this one simple question.
This week, he said that he won Wisconsin falsely, Senator. So again, to the point, you voted to certify the election results of 2020. It's the exact opposite of what you said and did after 2020. Why would you want to be on a ticket with someone where there's such a fundamental difference?
There is clear facts here. President Trump himself said he expects this election to be fair, he expects it to be honest, and he expects to win. That's what the presidential candidate should expect, and I expect the exact same thing. And frankly, the American people agree with him. This is an issue that is not an issue, so I'm not going to make it an issue.
Well, Senator, will you commit to accepting the election results of 2024? Bottom line.
At the end of the day, the 47th president of the United States will be President Donald Trump, and I'm excited to get back to low inflation, low unemployment.
Wait, Senator, yes or no? Yes or no? Will you accept the election results of 2024, no matter who wins?
Real quick, do you say he was looking forward to getting back to low inflation and low unemployment? Yeah. Unemployment's a 50-year low. It's 2 years in a row under 4%.
That's what I mean. It's like you can't even. She's pushing back on one thing,
right?
And then he's sneaking lies in about something else. The shit is wild. You can't even catch it all.
And Lana, you might be different than me, but I mean, that you almost have to defend Kristen Welker, because I don't know if any of us could just control these 19 different avenues of lies.
Exact. How? Because now it's like, P.S. You lied. Like after the interview, But what a lot of the journalists are doing, which they're getting much better at, is when he's gone and she continues her show, she'll fact check it and say, by the way, because she does have someone in her ear. So she doesn't have to remember to go back and do that. Someone in her ear can tell her, fact check it, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, and I'm sure they give her leeway as to which one you're going to fact check, because you're right. Her main question right now is, will you accept the terms of the election, or the winner of the election, no matter what? That's her question. That's the premise of her question. She wants to stick with that. He's going off talking about low unemployment that Donald Trump will bring back. And she's like, no, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this fucking election. So let's see.
And we'll get mad at her for not pushing back on that lie. But she's trying to continue with that. Yeah.
I think because we work it out and we're logical, intelligent people, we get mad at her for the second until we realize the conundrum she's in here. Right. It's just the problem. So here's more of this ridiculousness.
That is my statement.
But is it just yes or no? Will you accept the election results of 2024?
I look forward to President Trump being the 47th president. Kristen, you can ask him multiple times.
Senator, just a yes or no answer.
So the American people will make the decision.
But I don't hear you committing
for President Trump. That's clear.
I don't hear you committing to the election results.
Here's the deal.
Will you commit to accepting the election results?
This is why so many. This is why so many Americans believe that NBC is an extension of the Democrat Party. At the end of the day,
There it is.
I've said what I've said, and I know that the American people, their voices will be heard, and I believe that President Trump will be our next president. It's that
This
simple.
woman is clearly
But
just
Senators,
simply
you know-
asking, will you accept the results of the election? He won't answer it and says, well, it's because you guys are Democrats.
Yeah, exactly. You're pushing me. You must be a part. NBC's a part. You're hurting my feelings.
It is just and I know he's probably internally going, just move on. I've already controlled this interview, so you need to move on. And now she's not. Now he's getting pissed, and now he's going to do the same thing that they all do, is they're going to blame the media like a bunch of fucking assholes.
Yeah. Yeah. He looked pathetic.
Yeah,
he's stumbling all
The
over
hallmark of our
himself.
democracy is that both candidates agree to a peaceful transfer of power. So I'm asking you, as a potential VP nominee, will you accept to commit to the election results in this election cycle, no matter who wins? Just simply yes or no.
I expect President Trump to win the next election. Listen, I'm not going to answer your hypothetical question when, in fact, I believe the American people are speaking today on the results of the election. And if it continues for the next 6 months, we find ourselves in a great position where we get back to another century of American prosperity. Yeah. I'm looking forward to that.
Technically, that's a hypothetical question, but it's a realistic, because it's really one or the other is going to win. Yeah, I mean, come on. Oh, it's so frustrating to listen to these people. That's why I used to watch Meet the Press all the time. I can't watch these shows anymore. I just can't do it.
Sorry.
No, that's all right.
My phone is like going off.
It's blowing up. Do you need to answer that?
Oh gosh, no, I don't want to answer. I want to get back on. Here we are.
Are you back on?
Yeah, because it was a FaceTime, so
who calls?
It's my son. It's a constant. See, we're not supposed to be on tonight.
Do you need to answer him?
No, I'm not going to.
Go ahead. We'll listen.
Nope. He's gonna tell him busy. Okay. Yeah.
You brought up FaceTime, by the way, real quick. I think in concept, when I first heard about it, I was like, this is awesome. But when I see somebody call me FaceTime, I'm like, what's going on here?
Why are you doing it? Right. My son always does it. I don't know why he calls like that.
I don't know. But all right. Anything else you want to say about Tim Scott before we move on?
What an ass kisser. Like, it's just, he's not going to be vice president. It's like, you could just tell that he's like, after this, he's probably like, did I do well? Did I do well? Did I do good? Like, what the hell? Wait, God.
And I think it's very, very unlikely Donald Trump makes Tim Scott his vice president.
No.
Very unlikely. I think he's going to want somebody that he's either attracted to, that he knows he can boss around. Well, whether he's attracted to him or not, he wants somebody that he can boss around. There's absolutely no question about it. So